In this video, we are going to learn how to calculate the surface area of triangular prisms. Now, whenever we calculate the surface area, what we want to think about is finding the area of each face and then simply adding them all together. Remember that a face is really kind of just thinking about how many sides does this 3D figure have. So when I think about a triangular prism, there is a triangle in the front and a triangle in the back. So we have two triangles. And for these triangular parts, we're going to use the formula 1/2 base times height. Also in a triangular prism, we have three rectangular sides. So there's one here. There's also one on the bottom. And there would be one off to the left-hand side. So there's kind of three rectangles going around the outside of the rectangle or the triangular prism. And for those sides, we're going to use length times width because they are rectangles. In total, we're going to be calculating 5 pieces. The triangle in the front, the triangle in the back, and then we have 3 rectangles along the outside. So let's look at an example. So as you can see here, we have our 5 sides that we're going to calculate. Now the good thing is that the 2 triangles are always going to have the same area. So let's find the area of one of these triangles. The area of a triangle is always 1/2 base times height. So for this triangle, I'm going to go 1/2 times 11 is the base, and 13 is the height. So 1/2 times 11 times 13 makes 71.5. And remember, the second triangle is always going to be the same. Now we're going to calculate the 3 sides. How I like to do this is I look at the 3 sides of my triangle. So I have 13, 17, and 11. Each of those numbers is going to be one of my 3 sides. So 13, 17, and 11. And then I multiply each of these 3 by the height of the prism, so by the 7. So multiply by 7 for each one. So 13 times 7 makes 91. 17 times 7 makes 119. And 11 times 7 makes 77. And to find my total surface area, I will add them all together. And I get a total of 430 inches squared. Let's look at one more example that is slightly different. Again, I'm going to start with my 2 triangles first. And remember, both triangles are always going to be the same. So I'm going to highlight this triangle down here. And remember, the area for a triangle, I'm always going to do 1/2 base times height. So I'm doing 1/2 times 11 for the base times 3.3 for the height. And I get 18.15. And again, the other triangle is always going to be the same. Now for my 3 sides. I take my triangle, and those 3 sides, each number is going to go as one of my sides. So because up here is 8, that means this one's also 8. Same with this 5. So the 3 sides of my triangle are 11 along the base, 8, and 5. And each one of these is going to be multiplied by the height of the prism. So I'm going to multiply each one by 5. So 11 times 5 is 55, 8 times 5 is 40, and 5 times 5 is 25. And now to find the total surface area, I'm going to add them all together. And I find that my total surface area is 156.3 feet squared.